Zineb El Rhazoui finds it hard to come here, to the place where her colleagues were killed. It brings back too many memories. The journalist was on vacation back in January. Otherwise, she'd have been at the editorial meeting when gunmen stormed in and murdered 7 of her colleagues, her friends.
It's sealed off because of the police investigation. This is where we worked.
She's trying to move on, but almost half a year after the attack, there are more questions than answers.
Now we have to refocus on the basics. Why was Charlie Hebdo, a little magazine produced here in Paris, the object of such immense hatred and violence? It's because it represented something. And that's what must survive, in spite of the crime that took place.
Like all of the satirical magazine's surviving employees, El Rhazoui is traumatized. At present, she's unable to work. Her thoughts keep returning to her murdered colleagues. She was especially close to editorial director Stéphane Charbonnier, known as Chab. He hired El Rhazoui after she was forced to flee Morocco due to her human rights activism.
Chab was the brother I never had. He was really important to me.
She can't imagine just going on without Chab and the others. The columnist still thinks it was a mistake to keep on publishing right after the massacre, as if nothing had changed.
Like some of my colleagues, I thought we should take a long break. We took a few weeks, but I wanted to take a longer break to rest, reflect, and to grieve. To give us time personally, but also collectively, to reflect on the future of Charlie Hebdo, and to see how it could rise like a phoenix from the ashes, while remaining true to the editorial line for which our colleagues died.
But not everyone felt like she did. Some favored taking a new direction. Others immersed themselves in work, like Charlie Hebdo's editor-in-chief, Gérard Billard. He's under police protection, so we must meet him at a secret location.
Personally, I need this. I think it's a necessity. It's indispensable to show that what happened hasn't killed Charlie Hebdo.
The magazine's staff are now housed in the offices of French newspaper Libération. No outsiders are allowed in. Editorial staff work under armed guard for their own protection. That's hard on everyone's nerves. Cartoonist Lucier, known as Luce, is leaving in September. He can't take it anymore and says it's been the worst time in his life. The magazine looks much the same, though some readers feel Charlie Hebdo has lost its bite. Religious cartoons have become a rarity.
They didn't care before, and they shouldn't now. They should keep on provoking people. Whether they change topics or not, they must keep shocking us.
But nothing at Charlie Hebdo is like it was before. During editorial meetings, people used to laugh and joke around. Now Gérard Billard says tempers flare easily. The staff feel under pressure to meet the public's high expectations.
They became a symbol for freedom of expression, and that's not easy to take. Now some have the feeling that people believe in them, and they must keep on in this role. But for some, it's too hard, too complicated, and they can't do it.
Charlie Hebdo must find a new direction, mainly because its editorial staff has shrunk. The expertise and popularity of its former cartoonists is sorely missed.
We receive lots of cartoons, but can publish few of them. The bar is simply set too high. We had and have people whose talent is irreplaceable. And the problem is that we can't lower the bar.
Et le problème, c'est qu'on ne peut pas descendre la barre.
El Rhazoui has also thought about quitting, but she thinks that as a Muslim woman and an activist for human rights, it's her duty to keep going.
If my colleagues were killed for their religious cartoons, then it's out of the question for me to simply give up. That would be letting the terrorists make the rules through violence, and they'd have won. It is our duty as survivors to ensure they don't win.
Girard Biard, Zineb El Rhazoui and their colleagues will likely have to learn how to laugh again before Charlie Hebdo can get its bite back. For now, putting the magazine together is a bittersweet experience.